this is a Tiger program that's making that run to the quarterfinals. But I think when you kind of read a little bit about what Coach Pearson says, they're not satisfied with that. And I think he even used the phrase that it's not good enough. I think this team kind of plays with a chip on its shoulder this year.
This is a team that it feels like Princeton year over year during this run, they lose a bunch of talent and then they just replace it with a bunch of talent. And they just kind of keep chugging along, where this year they lose about half of their starters on both offense and defense, but have a lot of talent coming back. And, I'm sure a lot of talent coming in to kind of plug some of those holes they need to fill from last year. But the top name for them, of course, is Casey Etheridge, who feels like he's played like 10 years at Princeton, rushes for nearly 2,000 yards every year. He was an honorable mention All-Stater last year in 3A, 25 touchdowns again last season. So it'll go through him offensively.
One name that I'm looking at, maybe at a fullback type position, Common Green, was he ran for 265 a year ago, 3 touchdowns. I'm wondering if he's maybe an athlete that fills in where Christensen was kind of getting some running, was getting some touches when Etheridge wasn't. But yeah, Etheridge will be a huge cog in what they do. Gavin Lanham, the quarterback, 2-year starter, started last year after Will Lott was injured. Owen Hartman on the offensive line, a 2-year starter, second team all-conference there on the offensive side of the ball as well. On defense for the Tigers, Common Green, a name we just mentioned, a linebacker, 3-year starter, 2-time first team all-conference, 79 tackles a year ago, and 10.5 tackles for loss. Brett Pearson on the defensive line, a name we've become familiar with, 3-year starter, 2-time first team all-conference, all-area. Casey Etheridge will do it as a linebacker. He's a 3-year starter, just a great football player all the way around. He just said this is a bunch of kids that are very driven. They love the game of football, and they have a big chip on their shoulder, as big as I've ever seen. That is a dangerous, statement when you hear from Princeton.
Yeah, normally isn't too fun to play them, and that probably is going to be the case again this year.